welcome to Reviews from the Crawl Space. I'm Douglas.
And I'm Vicky.
And come with us on a journey to explore our vinyl collection. If you'd like to know more about the rules and the backstory, please visit our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and watch our videos and give us feedback and such. So this time, for episode 4, we're just going to dive right into what we got here. So let's...
Okay. Number 1 is Weird Al's Greatest Hits. The second album that we're reviewing is Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band, Son of a Sailor. And the third album is Golden Earring, Moontan.
First album up, we'll go with what is, I have to say, is an oddly titled album of Weird Al's Greatest Hits. And considering that Weird Al is still around pumping out albums, this is not really so much a greatest hits. It's like a compilation of songs that he did in the 80s.
Okay, so just a description of the artist. Alfred Matthew Yankovic, or Weird Al as we all know him, is an American singer, songwriter, parodist, producer, satirist, actor, voice actor, music video director, film producer, and author. He makes fun of pop culture with his accordion. So this album is a compilation of his greatest hits from his first 5 albums, and it was put together in 1988. So go crazy.
I mean, first of all, Weird Al. I mean, he's like is more popular than ever, and he does better work now than even back then. But it's so weird to think of this as a greatest hits album because, like you said, this is already 5 albums in, and I think this album goes to 88.
Yes.
And there's already 5 albums in, and honestly, comparatively, some of this really sucks. I grew up, this is my album from growing up, and I have listened to this. I was wanting the scratches on it and stuff, but listening to it now for the first time in probably 20 or 30 years, no, not 30, but I'll say 25. It's, wow, some of those songs are brutal and dated. And now, I don't know if it's a reflection more of his skills as a writer now, or if it's just a reflection of how kind of stupid some of the original songs were to begin with, and there really wasn't much to parody. Or maybe that's just the way it was. It's just, sorry.
Yeah, pop culture's really evolved
it has
since
changed,
1988,
totally.
And there's lots more to make fun of these days.
The Fat song, I mean, I understand Michael Jackson's bad, but that's such a boring, dumb song, and it was one of his biggest hits. And listen to it now, there is nothing to it. There is nothing there. And then you listen to something off his new album, and it's just, he has definitely evolved as an artist, and it's dated, and it's so odd. Side 1, let's go through side 1.
So side A is Fat, Eat It, Like a Surgeon, Ricky, and Addicted to Spuds.
Now, okay, on the first side, the only song that I mean, it's all right is Addicted to Spuds, I guess, but Ricky was like dentist drill.
Yeah.
Can't explain it well enough to understand how much of a kind of a head trip this was to go through, because like I said, those are the stuff you grow up on and you hear them. And he's still around.
This album appealed to how old were you in 88?
Well, I was in, like I said, 8 to 11 range.
So yeah, I mean, that's who these songs appeal to.
Definitely.
I mean, I have never really taken Weird Al seriously until lately. The last album or so.
More modern stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And it's just been, Weird Al.
Yeah.
But yeah, these songs would appeal to
Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so side B.
Side B is Living with a Hernia, Dare to be Stupid, Lasagna, I Lost on Jeopardy, and One More Minute.
You see, I think side B has got some better songs. I love Dare to be Stupid. I love that song. That one is timeless. Dare to be Stupid is timeless.
I Lost on Jeopardy is kind of catchy.
Yeah, Lost on Jeopardy, yeah.
Because now I've got it running around in my head. I hope I don't sing it for the rest of the day. And
then the only original song on the album, One More Minute, I thought was probably the best song on the album, and it's the last song on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's weird. So for me, right away, and this is not saying much, but there's that second side being, the B side being a little tiny bit stronger. But yeah, it's funny that one of the best songs on there is original. It's so weird that that's the greatest hits, and it's 5 albums in, and It's not even his greatest hits now would be completely different.
1988, and here we are in 2017, and he's still going strong.
Probably
More popular than ever.
Than ever, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just after this album, or right at the end of this album, when they put this together, the greatest movie, UHF, one of the greatest comedies ever. If you haven't seen UHF, you got to go see it. So we'll talk about the album. This is my album from being a kid, so it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. It's not the greatest. I think we decided it was on fair.
It's in fair condition, yeah.
It's got a scratch on each side. It's been handled. It's been listened to. It's a little banged up.
Wow.
Fair, yeah. Fair is a good call on this. It's been through the trenches, but considering, like I said, it was my album as a kid, it's pretty good.
Now here's the most hilarious part.
Okay.
The resale value of this album is $33.97. No matter what condition it's in. It's all across the board.
If someone wants to give me $33 for it, I'll gladly take
It's yours.
it. Don't get me wrong, I love Weird Al, but man, wow, it's totally different now. So yeah, as far as I can tell, it's the original run for Canada. There's nothing special or unique. It's just the Canadian run.
I mean, what more can you say about it?
It's
not like it's a really deep Led Zeppelin or something.
No, you're right. It's not a deep cut Zeppelin, and Al's around in everything
it's a parody.
now. And yeah, it's a parody album. Yeah, it's nothing. I loved it as a kid, and I love him now as an adult. And this album is definitely it's so weird. It's weak, but it's just a compilation. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, rating time. I'm gonna go collection. I'm going to go with the collection, probably partly for nostalgia's sake, partly for value, and yeah, collection. It's going to be in there, and I'll listen to it once in a while and be like, whoa, that's so fucked up. And you?
Me, I'm dumpster.
Dumpstering this one? Bidding it.
I would much rather listen to his recent stuff, and...
So there's no question.
If I hear this on the radio, I'll giggle and sing along, possibly.
No one's going out of their way to hear Fat or Eat It. Like, it's just... no one's doing that.
The videos might have more of a place in society than just the album.
But maybe that's it, though. Maybe that's why there's more, because the videos are such an important role. Because the videos came at a time when MTV was, it was king. That was the whole thing. And we look on the back.
Yeah, true enough.
Look on the back of the vinyl, and there's scenes from every one of these songs have videos. So I think you're right about that. That's a huge part of it, and standalone. And we'll see this later on with a coming album. Sometimes just having it on vinyl doesn't translate by itself. It kind of needs the video to go with it. So.
Yeah, and I have to admit, I come from that generation where MTV was first started, and my exposure to these songs would have probably been more through. And
see, for me, it was at the right time. Like, I was in school. I remember growing up when Weird Al used to come into like Much Music or whatever and take over and play his videos and make fun of the. So for me, I think you're right. I think video has a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah, because that's all part of the effect of it, I would think, and part of the parody is the visual part of it as well, rather than just the song
straight
itself.
Songs, yeah, because they're kind of weak by themselves.
Yeah.
All right.
So there
we go. Weird Al greatest hits circa 1988. Yeah.
Album number 2.
Moving on.
Jimmy Buffett, son of a sailor.
Son of a sailor, yeah. He's
son of a something. So Jimmy Buffett is an American musician, songwriter, author, actor, and businessman known for his island escapism lifestyle. His band is the Coral Reefer Band, and his fans are known as Parrot Heads. This is his 9th album, recorded in 1978.
Feels like 9 too many. Oh shit,
and
he's talking, sorry.
No, he had many after.
I know, it's so sad.
Now, I have to admit, I went through a Jimmy Buffett phase and have seen him in concert a couple of times and had a blast.
Here we go with it. It's about, age context, right?
Yeah.
Because that was never, my age, it was never part of it. It was never, so yeah, there you go. Sorry to interrupt you, roll.
He's a fairly decent songwriter. His songs tell stories and... good, bad, or indifferent. It talks about having fun, and there's a lot of reflective songs about growing up and his youth. I'm sure they strike a chord. Some of these songs could strike a chord with almost anyone. Side A of this is Son of a Sailor, Fool Button, The Last Line, Livington Saturday Night, and Cheeseburger in Paradise, which I'm sure there's probably not a person on earth who's not heard that song. So the side B is Coast of Marseille, Cowboy in the Jungle, Manana, and African Friend. I have to admit, being a fan of his, a lot of these songs I had totally forgotten about. Other, of course, than Son of a Sailor, Livingston Saturday Night, Cheeseburger in Paradise. Those are the only ones that I really recognize by title on this album.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Everybody knows Cheeseburger in Paradise. I can't describe how much I absolutely hate that song. It's the stupidest bullshit on the planet. Man, it's why I hate Jimmy Buffett. It's honestly I can't stand it because of that. And it all sounds the same. I mean, like it goes back to, like you said, it goes back to hitting the right time in a person's life for music, and this was never in my wheelhouse. I understand he's got a huge following.
Yeah, he does.
For sure, the partying and was it like resorts or restaurants or
yeah, he's got resorts, and now he's started retirement villages in the theme of his island escapism.
Hey, no, I mean it makes sense. Your fan base is dying, so. And I understand the drinking and all that. It's great, but it's just, I don't know. Just going back to that one song in particular, I fucking hate Cheeseburger in Paradise so much. It's just like a punch in the mouth.
Without a cheeseburger.
Without a cheeseburger. It just doesn't, it doesn't make me want to have a good time. It makes me rage.
And what is it you call the fans? They're not pearheads to you. What do you call them?
But anyway, so outside of that, like, I mean, it comes down to they all have the same kind of beat and tempo and stuff, and sometimes you don't know, unless you're like really a fan, you don't know where they begin and end, and there's nothing interesting enough for me. I don't enjoy that Caribbean sound at all, like the steel drum bullshit. I just don't dig on that at all. So yeah, I mean, outside that one particular song that just like makes me see red, I don't really care enough about anything else. I'm not gonna say he's a fucking Paul Simon, but I understand the place and the like music and why people glom onto it. And it's like the same thing. I don't understand why people with the Kiss Army and stuff. Like to me, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's just
And I think that there's a few songs over his discography that I absolutely love and will still listen to, you know, today from time to time. They just kind of, you know, take me back to a time where it was fun and, you know, being a part of his whole...
a little bit of nostalgia and memories. It's kind of like the same with this, like it's for sure. But as for this one album, is there anything here that sticks out for you?
Oh, maybe Son of a Sailor.
No, okay.
But like I said, the other ones I really don't remember a lot about them. Even though we've listened to this album recently.
Yeah.
No, it's not an album that I would probably listen to again.
Okay, so let's go on to the condition. There's no tears or anything, like the edges here a little... But other than that, like it's in good condition. The vinyl's in good condition. First Canadian run, so it's an original pressing for Canada. The numbers match up, sleeves match up, everything like that. The runouts, stuff like that. So, and even inside, like the sleeve itself is in good condition. It's an older album, right? It's from what year did you say?
78.
78. So it's probably one of the better looking albums in this collection from 78. I mean, I wonder if we should talk about the artwork a bit more, because we haven't really listened to a lot of albums that I've enjoyed the artwork. I mean, they're efficient, they got across what they were, but I don't mind some of that. I don't mind the color scheme, and he looks like a dick on the front there, but yeah, that's the odd thing is we haven't come across albums where I've absolutely loved the cover, where it's like we haven't come across Rolling Stones or something where it's just like,
where they actually paid an artist to
news of the world. It's like, holy shit. Yeah. Okay, so
so the price range on this one is $2.99, $4, and $6. So in the best pristine condition, the most you can get for this is $6.
Yeah, I think this one probably more $4, and honestly, and I don't know. If you really love the album that much, I guess.
Yeah.
I would, if you love the album that much, you might as well go throw down $35 and go get a remaster from London Drugs, or where they sell vinyl now.
So my review of this, I have a really hard time.
I have to decide right now which one it is.
Okay.
And then we're not fucking around. This is it. Final. This is for real.
So what's your decision? I know what it's going to be.
Oh, the filthiest, most hobo piss covered dumpster.
Set it on fire.
Oh, fire's too good for it.
I guess for me it would be Back to the Crawl Space.
Just whip it out every once in a while, and would you even listen to it again? It's not really worth anything.
Yeah, I probably would listen to it, but it would be on the bottom of a pile of other stuff.
Yeah. So crawl space for Vic and a dumpster with not even fire. What would be really worse than fire? Just it's
kill a zombie with it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it'd be useful, but somehow it would like break apart mid-flight towards the zombie and just annoy him or something. So.
And hit him with a cheeseburger.
Yeah, hit him with a cheeseburger in paradise. Anyways, thankfully that's it for Jimmy Buffett.
I'm excited about this one because I really, really like this album. But, okay.
Yeah.
Golden Earring Moon Tan, and I love that title. That's such a cool title. Okay, Golden Earring is a Dutch band founded in 1961 in The Hague as the Golden Earrings. They had nearly 30 top 10 singles on the Dutch charts, and they produced 25 studio albums. Now, the wiki for this band, it led me on a real, I went down the rabbit hole. And there's so many clickable links on their Wikipedia page. The band is very interesting. Mm-hmm. The wiki's full of very cool info. And like two of these guys started this band up when they were like 13 and 15 years old. Moontan was recorded in 1973. It was their 9th album and only has 5 songs.
I didn't know they had been together for so long. I didn't know they were, would you say Dutch?
Dutch, yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't realize this album was from 73. I didn't know that. I thought it was an album that came out much later. I thought it was like an early 80s album. I don't know why I thought that. On
the Wikipedia page, they listed their influences as Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, Procol Harum, Eric Clapton. And I went to the wiki after we had listened to this album. So the tracks are the very first one is Radar Love, which I absolutely love. Candy's Going Bad, Vanilla Queen. Side B is Big Tree, Blue Sea, and Are You Receiving Me? And while we were listening to this album, we talked a lot about the bands that we thought, because you could really hear some of the influences
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
in their style. And we came up with Procol Harum, King Crimson, and Hocus Pocus. So there's like that. Those are the kind of influences that we kind of heard in the album as we were listening to it.
It's like everybody knows Radar Love. It's the hit, the single. But what got me was that how much Radar Love really doesn't go with the rest of the album, especially side 2.
Yeah.
Radar Love is very much like a straightforward North American kind of rock song. You know, everybody listens. It's one of the best songs that, you know, get out there on the road and drive to.
Yeah, with the windows down, the wind blowing through your hair, singing loud. And
then on the second side, there's only 2 songs.
Yeah.
And like these guys are really very proggy. I'm not going to go say prog metal, but hard rock prog. Like, it surprised me.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that whatsoever, and there was some pretty cool stuff in there. I've listened to this album before. This has been in the collection for a long time. I know I've actually pulled it out and listened to Radar Love, but I've never listened to it as a whole. When you listen to that first track, it throws you off, because you expect the rest of the album to be kind of like that, like a Van Halen, where you have the hit and then it's just a bunch of poppy bullshit. Mm-hmm. But it's not like that at all. It's like I said, it goes into some trippy stuff that's like 9-minute, 10-minute songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like you said, we had guessed, and we were quite right. Like, there's definitely some King Crimson sounding stuff. And then once you read the Wikipedia and find out about these guys, that you're right to think that, because they have had influence from all these other artists.
You can hear it. You can hear it in the music.
So to me, this is one of those surprising albums where I'd always kind of taken it at face value with Radar Love, which is a great song, but there's a lot of other stuff on there that's just as good that
we had both forgotten about.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's surprising. So I really enjoyed the album.
Now, the longest track on the album is the last song, Are You Receiving Me? And it's 9 minutes and 32 seconds. Mm-hmm. Big Tree, Blue Sky, or Blue Sea, had a real Jethro Tull feel to it.
Definitely. Yeah. I love proggy stuff, so anytime that happens, prog metal, prog rock, whatever, I'm listening to it because I love that stuff, and these guys do it really well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the artwork real quick. I see this, we're finally starting into something that I actually I like these albums that have a little obscure, it's not just a picture of some jerk-off's face on there. I mean, it's a golden earring, it's just what they say they are, but just a picture of an ear with an earring. It's cool. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's better than some of this other stuff. And on the back, it's just to show real quick. I'm sure I'm probably doing a little scan of it right now. The back is black, and it's got a smaller picture of it, and text are inverse. It's kind of inverse from the first side.
Let's take a look at the sleeve, inside sleeve. Nothing. Our album was reissued in 1980.
So this is a reissue right here, 1980, and it was
from
released
1973. Yeah.
It was originally released in 73, and this pressing was from 1980 in Canada. What's the range on this one?
The range is $1.35 in the worst condition, $4.93 in the mid condition, and $26.43 for an album in good condition. That's quite the
spread.
That is quite the spread.
Kind of surprising that the really good condition one is $26, and then a medium one is $5. So that's a weird one. Okay, so rating time.
I give it a hell yes.
I'm right there with you. Hell yeah. This was a surprise, a pleasant surprise. I guess we had kind of just, I would say younger, just disregarded it, because you listen to that first single and then, you listen to the next song and your brain isn't in like the progressive rock where you're going on a bit of a musical journey. You're just thinking single, like I say, you just, So I have played this album and that song and maybe even some of the first side, but man, no, I totally had underestimated that album, and that's a solid album right there. So
yeah, I would listen to it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, for sure, hell yeah. So
okay,
there we are. Thank you for joining us, and like, subscribe, share it by all means. Comment. Let us know what you like that we're doing, or you don't like that we're doing, or something that we can talk about a bit more in depth.
And do you agree with our reviews?
Hey, yeah. Do you agree with our album reviews? For sure. So yeah, that's a good fourth one, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right, guys.
It's a wrap. See you later.